Time for part 2 of the engine assembly. It's been 24 hours almost since I put the oil pan gasket on, the glue, the sealants have all dried. I'm going to have to turn it over and work on that water pump today. I got the right gasket today. I went to AutoZone and I ordered it yesterday. Ordered in the right gasket. This is the back gasket. It goes in like this or so. Like this. Yes, like that. See the 3 holes? That goes behind it, but there's also a gasket that goes inside. I'm going to back this up a little bit because it's a little rainy today and I don't want to sit out in the rain. Nor do I want the camera. I'm just sitting on the bucket. So, sorry. Let me jump in front of you here. Remember, we put these bolts in temporarily just to hold position. So, there's the water pump bolts right there. And that's a 1/2 inch, remember. I'm getting my handy little, I told you I love this little set that I got from Harbor Freight. Has 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive, metric and English, and I've pretty much not found anything that it doesn't fit, except it doesn't have an 18 millimeter, which is pretty common in car brakes and such. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out these bolts. These are 1/2 inch. That hold the water pump, and we're going to redo the gaskets. Oops. They are torqued to 13.5. Now let me check the water pump gaskets. Might actually be tighter because this is cast iron. I'm going to turn my overhead light back on too. There's a couple of long ones that are missing here somewhere. I'm not positive. I'm missing one right here. If this is a bracket holder, if that one goes there. No, that's a short one. It goes in there. Short. And that's about a 2.5 inch one. So this long one definitely goes in here. It's the only really super long one. And there's a semi-long one, yeah, over here. These are, you'll see the difference. These are long, but not quite so long. And you want to push them in till you can see you got about 3/4 of an inch of engagement, and you know you're good. You got the right bolt. So this is, I should have a 3rd short one. These are real short ones here. Like these. There should be one a little bit longer than this. I'm getting rain blowing in on me as it is. Great. I might have to that one's too long. That one's too short. There might be a bracket or something in here too that I'm missing. That's too long. I'll put these guys aside. See, what happened before is I was missing a bolt that came out. These two longer ones go there. The super long one goes there. We've got a couple more of those that size. I hate to take these back out, but I have to because I had the other gasket all greased up and no place to go. Get the extension for this so I can just take it out by hand, I think. Take the weight off it. Alright. And what we got to do is put that first gasket on here that I just bought. And then there's two shorter, real short bolts. They go in there. From the back. But I think you know, you usually don't even see this gasket gooped up. This water pump is in perfect shape. It's nice and tight. I'm reusing it. It's right on the front of the engine if I ever had to change it anyway. Which we don't want to have to. Yeah, I had the wrong gasket yesterday. I don't know if you remember that. I'm looking for the part I brought in right now. But these two I think go in the bottom here like this. I brought some more ultra black too. This is the right Felpro gasket. And we see how this one is supposed to mate up. See how much nicer that is when you got the right gasket? I'm trying to decide whether I want to goop it up or not. Maybe just a little fine skim. Alright. I guess. I've got paper towels to wipe my fingers off with. Right cheer. Cardboard or something. I don't want to get this over my pants, although my pants are already a mess. I'm just going to do this with bare fingers. down here the right way now. Because those 3 holes go right there. Okay. I'm going to stick a couple of bolts up through to help index this correctly. Alright, so I got one there. I'm doing it in the corners here. That ought to be the best place. Alright. And now I got to put the backing plate on. And remember, we did clean this yesterday. And this guy goes just like this. Okay. Perfect. We're getting there. And these 2 boys go in here. Where was that? 5/8. Yes, we do. Okay. I don't know the torque specs. I'm just going to give it the wrist torque. All right. So far so good, right? Looks like our holes all line up pretty good. Stick a long bolt down in here. Yep. Okay. Now I think I'm just gonna, I can't do it either. I'm going to goop up the next gasket and drop it right on here. And there's the 3. So he goes just like that. So we're going to do the same thing over again. I'm just going to set this guy aside. I think I'm just going to put the gasket sealer on the engine here. And on the back of the water pump, or on one side of this gasket, on the downside. Yeah, that's the downside. Okay, then I'm going to lay it on here. I don't want to get the front all gooped up. I'm going to go around the front of the... See, the things that really matters the most, well, this is all... This does not have any water except around these 2 ports on this side. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna. See right there? Work our way in this way. Kind of committed now, aren't I? Alright. My fingers cleaned off a little bit here. That's why we all have to put this all on at the same time. Alright, so there's a long one that goes right there. And there's a long one that goes... Actually, that's a longer one. Is that where that goes? Yes. Is that all you get for your money? Yeah, you want to run them in and you'll see if you got about 3/4 of an inch of engagement there. That's a longer one there. I don't have that bolt right here. Do I? Maybe that won't work. Boy, that's just short. How about this guy? Oh, that's a short one. Jiggle her around a little bit and get her started. Moving out. Alright, that guy's engaged. So is he. I call all my bolts he's and she's, isn't that weird? Alright. Well, he's he because, you know, it's a gazinta, so it's a male thread. See, what do you think? Did we get her sealed up? This is a cast iron pump. I ain't breaking this thing. Okay. I think this guy is just too long. But I could stack some washers. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, I found all my bolts. Yay! Clean the crap out of it. Alright. All the bolts are in. A little wrist torque here. We'll get out the torque-o-meter here in a second. Alright. Now these on the top you got to be careful. But that should be fine just the way it is. I got extra 5/16 bolts and nuts around here a little bit just in case. On the Alaskan one I put in, I actually over-torqued that bolt and pulled it out of the... pulled it through and ripped out the threads. So we're finishing up what we started yesterday on this. There we go. Clean up the goo. Water pump is on. Got my Torque wrench right here too. Sorry, I'll let that. So that gasket that I used on this old, the back gasket is a Felpro 35019. And it says Ford Products V8 289 302 351 from 65 to 78. That says 13.5 too, also. So we'll do it at 13.5. I might have over torqued a couple of them, but they're paper. They should be all good. So let's see, there's 10, 13, 5. I'm going to do the long ones first. That's not much torque. These little guys, we'll just leave them alone. Then I got that one longer bolt that goes in there, and I'm sure this goes onto a water pump bracket. So let me stick the water pump bracket on here again. Or not the water pump, the alternator. Alternator bracket. Here's one that looks like the right bolt. Yep. That'd be the one. Clean the crap out of the threads. Yeah, because that's the one that I stripped. I can see there's I don't know if I want to drive that in there. See if I can find another one. There's one similar size. See, this has got stripped pieces of thread in it, so I'm going to run this one in. It's the old one. I'll bet you it's the same bolt. I got to clean the threads of that other stainless bolt out, that's all. But I want to get this in there and tighten down that gasket to seal it. That's why I'm running this one in a hurry. Clicked, so I'm sure that's what it was because it's painted blue too. That's an engine bolt. So we'll leave that out for now. Let me I don't want to booger up the threads in my, I don't know if I can wire, maybe I got a 5/16. What if I just run that through a nut? Alright guys, sorry. It's just stuff you gotta do these days to clean those threads out. And it seems to have done it. There we go. Cleaned them out by running it through a nut. So now I can put the right bolt back in. Okay. These will have to back out to put the alternator back on. I saved all the old bolts when I took the engine apart just in case I needed to replace one when I put these new ones in. Always good to do it right. There we go. Alrighty. Guess what we're doing now, guys? This guy is done, so we are on to cylinder heads. Yes, the cylinder heads on this beast get to go on next. I gotta go clean all the bolts up on the wire brush in the barn. I'm not gonna show you that, so I will be back. Okay, I'm trying to get you a good angle here. Just drop the paper towels in the dirt. That's great for them. Especially to wipe out the heads. I'm gonna do the same cleaning. I'm gonna put some, I don't want to soak the cylinders because the cylinders are oiled. So I'm just going to wipe off the mating surfaces here. The recommended gaskets, I bought them. These are the recommended gaskets from ARP. These are ARP Enforcer heads. They're not the top of the line. They are 185 cc volume runners. Just got a little microfiber cloth here so as not to get anything on there. For this head. Now this says front. So it must be they just flip. Go like that there? Yes, they do. Perfect. Checking to make sure there's no debris down in these cylinders. There is not. There's a little dust, but the dust ain't going to cause no trouble. I don't believe. I'm going to get my AFR first head over here. I got to get a work table though. I'm going to wipe the bottom of the head off here with this microfiber cloth. The mating surfaces. I guess I could just spray the whole thing. We just got to set around there. Alright. Now we have a dowel pin right here. We have a dowel pin right there. And that should pull it right down. Alright. She is set in, at least, temporarily. Now, I'm going to raise you up just a little bit so you've got a better bird's eye view. Torquing lubricant is what we need to put on here next. You need to put a little right around this little cap. On all 10 of these, and then you have to put a little bit under the head of the bolt. Alright, I'm going to go take a short break and we'll come right back and make sure that I'm ready to torque these. I got to look at the video one more time, and if so, I did everything right. I'm just going to run these down now until they touch. I'm just using a hand speedy driver thing. And this is the pattern. And we're going to torque them 20, 40, 70. Start in the back row, center, come to the front. Probably doesn't matter which side you switch back and forth to. Alright. I'm going to need my bigger wrench when I get up here. So we just start here. And that's going to be much to start with. Hear a little click clunk. Now this is an old block, so I don't need to seal the lower threads. On the newer blocks, the threads go all the way through, and you have to put RTV or some sort of thread sealant on them. Alright, 20. Gonna go up to 40. All right. We're going all the way to 70 this time. All right, this is the final torque cue. That must vent or something. There's a ding on it. I'm going to tap that on there. There we go. Hand pushing this way. All right. It's always a little nerve-wracking the first one. I can feel it spinning. All right. Just stop when she clicks. Don't keep turning. All right. Okay. Okay. Nearly there with this side. All right. All right. All right, that head is on and done. We're gonna make some big ass power with this engine, boys. It's not a motor. A motor is electric, by the way. See that beautiful AFR logo? Oh yeah. That stands for ass kicking motor. Sound like Barney Rubble, huh? Anyway. Let's turn her over in clover. Do it again. All right. Oops, went a little too far. Got a little too carried away. Now we're going to do the same thing from this side. Alright. Heads are on. We've almost got a motor, guys. Or an engine. It's an engine. She's getting heavy. She's getting heavier to turn. There you go. Wow. I'm pretty excited. Now I got some bolts that I put aside for I gotta wash my hands first until I handle the manifold gasket. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off the heads on 4 bolts and just start them in like this with the heads cut off. Because you really want your manifold lined up. Oh shit! We got to put the valves and stuff in first, though. We can't do the manifold yet. We get to do the valves and rockers. Oh yes, yes. I've got to label a series of cups and dunk the lifters into the goo and let them suck up some oil for a while. I just got some 1030, and we are going to be putting break-in oil in this. So I'm not going to do these right now because I don't want to jump ahead and forget to put the damn lifters in. That would be a catastrophe. Don't drop anything inside the engine now. Alright, I'm going to go wash my hands and we'll start again. Well, there we go. The heads are torqued on. Our next step is going to be we have to drop the lifters in to those pockets up and down each side of the galley in the center here. It rides on top of the camshaft, which comes up the center of the engine through here. But first, I'm over there. I got a whole bunch of little plastic cups, and I dropped each lifter in. Now I needed to keep them numbered so I know which one goes where, so they are numbered. And the sequence that I used was 1-1 for the front one, first cylinder, 1-2 for the rearward one, and then 2-1, 2-2, 3-1, 3-2, 4-1, 4-2, and so on. So on a Mustang engine, on this particular engine anyway, this is cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're just waiting for them to charge with oil. I'm going to take a little break here maybe and let those soak, and then it's going to be messy. I need to lubricate the bottom of them with some more other goo when I drop them in. Hopefully they will go right in while I drop the heads on. I'll never even check that. That would suck. No, it doesn't want to. They'll just barely fit. I'll be able to drop them right in. I don't want to have to untorque the heads. That would be a disaster. Alright. Well, it's looking good, folks. We're coming right along.